Hello everyone and welcome to QualityRPGs. Today we are having part 20 of our Neverwinter Nights 2 official campaign, playing as Paladin. And without further ado, let's continue. So we are heading to Port Llast in order to clear our name. Though before going there, I think we should rest and have the rest of the party together, so I guess it's to Sunken Flagon. Merchant, perhaps. Oh, they don't sell anything. Courtiers. Dane Luneth. All things arcane sold right here, looking for anything in particular. Show me what you have for sale. Well, that belt of frost giant strength looks rather good. I think we want one. Bracers of the blinding strike. The price is at least rather blinding. Cloak of fortification, cloak of the bat. Does one become Batman with this? Armor class bonus. Nymph cloak. Charisma +4. That would be rather nice. Quarterstaff +3. Adamantine dagger. Some spells. Amulet of vitality. Ring of clear thoughts. Scarab of protection. Saving throws, Ring of Wizardry, 1 bonus 5 level spell. Yeah, I think that Frost Giant belt for Antolonia will actually be quite nice. Swordsman's belt. Well, perhaps Kelgar. Or Sandra could use it. Yeah. Then we have another merchant. Used books, okay. Jenks, hey, you get away from there. Aye. Okay. Careful now, don't get too close to them crates. You seem like an important fellow. Do you work for the school? Aye, that's right. Assistant Kennel Keeper Jenks. That's who you are talking to. Dangerous beasts are my stock and trade they are, locking them up, moving them around, outbeating them as deserve it. Beating. Aye, you heard me. Takes beating an animal sometimes to put a scare in him and to learn his mates to behave. Ain't you never owned a hound or mewling cat? You'd get better results with firm voice and kind hand. Oh, I? And who's the kennel keeper? You or me? So these beasts a kind hand and you are like to lose it. Me, I'll trust to my cages and sticks. Thank you kindly, now be off and take your unasked advice with you. Well, whoops. That wasn't quite good archery targets. But apparently no vendors in here. Perhaps we should rest and then head to Sunken Flagon. So we don't want any used books. But we want to get out from here Peppy Hollow. Perhaps we are not going to meet him at the moment. Or her. I don't know if it's him or her. That's Port Llast most likely, but first let's head to Sunken Flagon. And it seems old Alwell has reappeared. It will be quite a lot of running. It would be nice to be able to speed up the game a bit. So we have Sandra. Sandra should be, I hope she's not kind of a regular party member. If she is, then we will leave her out. It would be so nice to have Tasha. Who's Tasha? Ah, yeah. I am... Okay, so let's talk to Niska. And she's right over there.
What's going on?
Who is this old partner of yours who keeps sending thugs after us? No... Okay,
Leldon?
yeah.
He's a tricky one, he is. The fact he keeps sending thugs after us to do his dirty work doesn't surprise me either. I still say we find out where he's lurking and rob him blind. I mean, if you're up for it, that'll put him in his place.
Where can I find his hideout?
I don't know, but Ophala might. She's at the Moonstone Mask in the Merchant Quarter.
Never mind, I have other questions for you.
Go ahead, I'm all horns.
Tell me a little about yourself.
Well, I don't know. No one usually asks, so finding the words is a little hard. Trust me. People usually make up the whole story once they spot the demon blood, if they ask at all.
Well, I'd like to know. I'm curious.
This is so exciting. Wow, where to begin? Okay, well, I have no idea who my mom or dad was. I was abandoned, but raised by priests who tried to convert me, so I went away for a long time.
Priests?
Yeah, priests of Helm. The Watcher. The Vigilant One. Kind to children. Were they a hard-headed bunch? Really up on the discipline, not so much on the caring and forgiveness. But they're priests of Helm, so what are you gonna do?
Not much on forgiveness.
Yeah, I mean, we all get into trouble sometimes, or a lot. And I guess they ran out of I forgive yous at some point. Anyway, so after helping myself to their collection plate after a particularly moving sermon, I decided to see what else I could help myself to. But you know, those tales could fill a book, and I don't want to chew your ear off. Maybe some other time. Questions. Go ahead. I'm all horns.
So you're a thiefling?
Yeah, but shh. Don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want anyone else to figure it out.
Was it Niska we were supposed to talk to? Or was it Kara? So let's take Alaine. And I think we will take Kelgar. Yeah. So, can we tell her? Yeah. Or perhaps we cannot.
Walk in my step. Follow me.
What's going on?
Okay. Yeah. So, I think we are off to Port Llast. And with this party. So I really like that in Baldur's Gate series you can have, or at least in Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, you can have 6 party members all together. So, in my opinion, that gives kind of a variety based on the types of party members. Of course, now you can get a fighter, thief, mage, and cleric. but it kind of feels a bit one-sided from my perspective. And here we are in the illustrious port Llast. What's here? Where you step, you might get some of the local culture on your boots. Godsend, you hold your nose so high, it's a wonder you don't wear your hat on it. I don't even know what that means, my dear, but I'm sure as far as your local expression go, it's quite quaint and charmingly ignorant. Enough you two, we have to gather information. We should find Romos as quickly as we can. He can grant us access to Ember and hopefully we can find some clues there. Asking some of the locals couldn't hurt, either after we speak to Romos, of course. Agreed, they may have seen something, and as long as we use simple words, we may be able to get information out of them. I'll try to sort through what we find as we discover it, but check with me if you are ever curious about all we have gathered. I'll have a good sense for when we have enough to bring it to trial. Alright, I'm glad to have you along. The pleasure is all mine. As exceptional as my skills are, it's good to see them put to good use. Okay, so the cracked anvil. Hail friend, care for a look at Haljal Throndor's wares? Blessed of Wokin, do you carry any unusual items? Happens that I do, though I don't usually advertise. Here, have yourself a look. A mad gent's boots. Sounds interesting. Constant hearth, favor of Illum Lura. Well, that dexterity bonus is quite nice. Grainstone belt. Looks rather expensive. And of course only for monk. Helm of Gram the Mouse. Damage reduction. Well, that's nice. And rather some nice weapons. Alacrity. Rapier. Well, looks really nice. Arvoreniad. Short sword. Is this then a long sword? Yeah. So that could be of interest to us at some point. And what about this Blackstack axe? Great axe, enchantment bonus. Okay. Well, not really that good. Shackle breaker. It's rather expensive. Is it any good? Greater dispelling. And it has charges. Most likely. Let's see what you have for sale. Dragon's breath. Well, quite a selection. Is that a sling? Yeah. Well, that would actually be quite nice. We have to keep this place in mind. And what about Yask? Show me what I sell armor and armor only. You want weapons? Talk to Halshal. Show me what you have. Armor of loyalty. I think we have already had one. Kaludan smooth hands armor. Quite cheap. Skin of a manticore. Cloak. Okay. I guess we have to get going. Oh, by the way, do they have any information about local business? Do you know anything about what happened to Ember? Haven't heard much more than the rumors, though that idiot Elgun claims to have been there. Even fought the attackers, he says. Bah, who's Elgun? Port Llast's resident Bogart, he is always boasting of the deeds done, and Dragon's Lane, mind you, no one has ever seen him to do anything but talk. Man can't handle a butter knife, much less a stout blade. I took pity and tried to teach him a few tricks, but he was hopeless. A braggart, eh? Beware of men telling wild tales. If lies are repeated enough times, people will believe them. We may wish to find this Elgun and make sure he is not telling stories about Ember. What's the news in Port Llast? Bah, the usual lusk and lusts after our harbour and High Romo's threats. Ember's massacre has made folks here a bit uneasy, but it's caused my business to pick up. Farewell. Port Llast guards. A bit simple Port Llast citizen, it seems. And Port Llast garrison. Okay, let's pay it a visit.
I'm surprised you have the courage to show your face here. A lot of people here had friends in Ember. If they find out
that's a warm
who
welcome.
you are.
I'm not responsible for what happened, and I'm here to clear my name.
You're free to conduct your business here, but you'll be watched. If you have questions, ask them now. I'm a busy man.
Yeah, what happened at Ember?
Innocents slaughtered. The village burned to the ground. All done by you. My only regret is that Ember falls under Luskan jurisdiction, not mine.
Why are you so certain it was me?
There was a witness to the attack. You were described in great detail.
I'd like to speak to the witness.
Out of the question. She's been through enough. And besides, you won't like what she has to say.
Diplomacy, I need to speak with all witnesses, no matter what they may say about me.
Very well. You may question the witness, but you shall do it in my presence. Bring the girl here.
Yes, Captain.
Chandra? Chandra, is that you? Alaine, you survived. Thank the gods.
Chandra! It was horrible. They butchered everyone.
Alaine, it's all right. Shh. Look, I brought people to help. We'll get to the bottom of this.
You! Chandra, it's him! Why would you bring him here?
Just tell me what you saw.
I saw you murder those people.
No, Alaine, it's not true.
I know what I saw. They had no weapons. Some even surrendered. But he...
We are here to help you, not hurt you.
That's right, Alaine. We're here to help, all right?
It was trade season, and the shipments into Ember had fallen off. I had decided to trade along the south roads. When I came back to Ember, I heard the screams and saw the smoke. I left my wagon and went into town. That's when I saw the bodies. I saw him kill the quartermaster while he was on his knees, begging for his life.
You saw this man here do the killing blow? And was it just him? And where did he...
Sand!
We don't have all year, girl. Nor do I have the patience when the trail of these killers grows colder.
There were others, but I didn't see them closely. I ran as hard as I could to Port Llast, and they took me in. But you did do it.
Or someone that looked the part. There are many magics that can cloak one's appearance, even allow one to change shape.
I know what I saw.
Don't you think it's a possibility that it was someone else disguised as me?
I suppose it's possible, but I don't know. I just don't know.
How did you manage to get away if you got close enough to identify me?
I don't know. I just started running. I guess they didn't notice me.
You were lucky, Or perhaps they let you escape.
Who else was there besides me? Were any of my companions there?
You had about a dozen of your friends with you. But I don't recognize anyone with you now.
A dozen, you say? Interesting. Do go on.
So you didn't see a dwarf, a gnome, a half-demon girl?
Well, no. I believe they were all human.
Well, considering that those two and the gnome account for at least half of us, that might seed some doubt.
More than half in spirit.
Yes, you keep telling yourself that.
But
Yeah.
you could have just hired others.
Yes, my dear. But as your hesitation suggests, why would anyone do that when they have trusted allies who would follow one anywhere, despite their common sense?
Ouch.
No offense.
That's all I needed to know. Thanks for your help, Alaine.
I'm sorry to have put you through this, Alaine. Guard, please see that she reaches her quarters safely.
Listen to me. If we can get her to work for us, her story of tears will sway the court in our favor.
Elaine's not some tool, Sand. She's just survived the massacre of her town, which someone caused to get to us.
Girl, if we do not use your friend, the Luskins will, and they will use her testimony to kill our friend here. So, please dispense with your convenient morality. Either we use her or they do.
She's been through enough, and I don't want to make her a target.
Good. Glad to hear someone here is making some sense. Leave her alone, Sand. I mean it.
Forget it then. I can't help this matter if you won't heed my counsel. Maybe you will when you're hanging from the gallows, twisting in the wind.
Okay, good. Let's talk
What
with
brings
Ramos
you
a bit
before
more.
me?
What do you know of Black
A
Garius?
Luskan archmage of some power. Not someone you want to cross. Like many of the Arcane Brotherhood, Black Garius aspires to rule, regardless of what harm it may cause.
I think you will find that attitude common among most of the Huss Tower, and Garius in particular.
What worries me is that he may succeed.
Okay. Why do you say that?
He's amassing power at a pace I dislike. I suspect his brothers are beginning to grow wary of him.
What makes you think
Followers
so?
flock to his side like vultures to a battlefield. Two, in particular, keep me awake at night.
Which two?
The woman Torio Claven and that giant Lorne.
Ah, and so the pretty little circle reveals itself.
Torio you might know as Luskan's ambassador to Neverwinter. A treacherous snake, that one. The other one, Lorne, lacks Torio's guile, but compensates for it with brute force. He's a savage fighter and extremely good with a blade. I suspect he handles most of Garius's dirty work.
Luskan is a threat to you, isn't it?
Of course. The Luskans would lay claim to our harbor for their warships. Having secured such a prominent location, they could mount a swift attack on Neverwinter. Or Waterdeep, for that matter. They talk of a peaceful coexistence, but I know their words to be false. Luskan's difficulties with Ruithim may have come at a fortunate time. As long as Luskan is at war with their island neighbor, they cannot turn their attention elsewhere.
Very well. So, do we have any other interesting people around here? Apparently not. So, let's get going. And it seems the a bit simple citizen has been able to move on. Some citizens. There should be Naya over here. Careful there. What's the worm sage? I ought to tidy up, but there is never time. I'll be careful. Worm sage, that's used as a regent in certain spells. It's used to prevent the dead from rising, if I recall correctly. Yes, that's right. You have an eye for obscure. Does Port Llast have an undead problem? No, it's Ember. A little village north of here. The people were slaughtered horribly. If their bodies aren't tended, they will return as undead. It's only a matter of time. I have not been to Ember since the massacre, but I have heard that the bodies are rotting where they fell. Why haven't the bodies been buried? Ember is in Luskan territory, and the Luskans haven't bothered. That's interesting. Not that I would expect anything less from Luskan. Surely you can see that this is a crime. Those corpses mustn't be left to rot, nor should innocent souls be condemned to torment. Perhaps you could help. You seem hurt is sort. Alright, what do you need me to do? I knew you would understand. Look, here. This is a worm sage extract mixed with some other reagents. You need only sprinkle the bodies with this extract. If any souls remain trapped within, their negative energies will be suppressed and they will be free to pass beyond this world. An overly dramatic description and assumption of the properties of souls, but she is correct. The worm sage will serve to fight the necromantic arts. Here, take this back, sprinkle a pinch of the powder over each corpse you find, and that should be enough to put the spirit to rest. I'll wait here for your return. Okay, show me what you have for sale. Belt of agility +4, so it seems we have reached kind of a next level of items. Some spells, potions. Rod of thunder and lightning. So chain lightning and sound burst. Looks rather nice. Wanderer's ring. So wizard spells. Yeah, I think we need to remember Port Llast. Because, well, some nice items. Then we have Enliva. Oh, the almighty Vendor's Naven. The Vendor's Naven, yes. Who are the Vendor's Naven? The Vendor's Naven see all, but none can see them. I see, yes, they see. Yes, but who are Vendor's Naven? The Vendor's Naven know all, but none know them. Yes, none know, but we know. Yes, no. Oh. I don't think you two are listening to me. Maybe we should put these two fools in the room with Aldanon. This chattering madness is something I would like to subject Gropnar to, if only to make him understand what it's like to listen to him. So I guess we should bring Gropnar here. Any other Port Llast citizens we should talk to? There is this one location marked. Alliance Arms Inn. Port Llast guards, you there, stop right where you are. Is there a problem? The problem is that you massacred the people of Ember and we don't let murderers run loose in Port Llast. I have only been accused of the crime, nothing has been proven. Like I have said to numerous other people, I'm not responsible for what happened. You'll forgive us if we don't believe a word that comes out of your mouth. We are going to arrest you for disturbing the peace. You are going to become violent and regretfully we'll be forced to kill you. You are a guard charged with protecting Port Llast, correct, an honorable position if I'm not mistaken. You're damn right it is, what's your point? It's also your duty to mete out justice whenever you feel like it. What does it matter? Ember needs justice. My guilt or innocence will be determined at my trial, not here and not by you. Alright, you can go. Don't think we won't be watching you though. Okay. So the guard was somewhere. But let's enter the inn. There might be some interesting information to glean. Falgor. Welcome to the Alliance Arms. What can I help you with? Can you tell me anything about what happened at Ember. I can tell you plenty, but whatever any of it's the truth, well, that remains to be seen. What have you heard? Take this rumor for a start. Some folk say it was beasts of the Duskwood that savaged Ember, revenge for disturbing their nests or some such. Frankly, I'm inclined to believe that one, but Llast had a bit of a werewolf problem not too long ago. Wouldn't surprise me if there is more of them hanging about. I see, what else? There was this Luskan woman sniffing around a while back. According to her, some adventurers strolled into the town and slaughtered everyone just for chuckles. Nothing but lies come out of Luskan lips, so you can ignore that one. That's just my opinion though. Anything else? Then there is Elgun, one of my regulars. He claims he was there, saw the whole thing. I wouldn't exactly call him a liar, but he's always talking about his adventures, which conveniently happen when no one else is around. Other than Elgun, you don't know of anyone else who saw what happened. Well, Haromos seems to have a guest staying with him nowadays with guards and all. Could be one of the attackers, more likely a survival. Where can I find Elgun? Head on over to the command room. He's probably telling the story for the 100th time. And who is the woman by the fire? Oh, that's Malin. She's a ranger I hear blows into town every now and then, and she knows the Duskwood well enough. That's the talk anyway. Okay. Tavern patrons, Elgun, Kalindra, some citizens, and Malin. Let's talk to her first. You're not from around here, planning on staying a while or just passing through? I'm investigating the murders in Ember. What's to investigate? The village is destroyed and everyone's dead. Could have been brigands or gods know what else, but Lord's justice won't bring those villagers back to life. Do you know anyone who might have witnessed the attack on Ember? Maybe. 3 days gone, I was passing just south of the Duskwood when I spied a column of smoke. I would say it was coming from the ridge just above Duskwood Grove. Could have been some traders stopping for a night, or it could have been that someone's made a home for themselves. There's a cave up there and a good spot for a camp. Either way, the grove is an hour's walk from Ember, maybe less. Whoever's up there may have seen what happened in the village. I appreciate the help, Malin. Just watch your backs. The grove's not known for being friendly to strangers, and if somebody's made a home on that ridge, well, could be they are just crazy. You'd better hope it's as simple as that. Okay, farewell. Kalindra. Let's talk to her next, or him. Many pardons, but I have a lot of my mind. Is something wrong? My partner, Bradbury, he's 2 days late for our meeting. He's a northerner and a fool, but he's good with pick and wedge and has brought much silver to my house. I was planning on taking him to Amn with me, but he heard tell of valuable ore in Duskwood. You two are miners. I'm an artisan and a master trader. Strength can mine a quarry, but wit is needed to fully utilize it. It's something humans have never understood, but at least you are making an effort, something most humans don't bother to do. That's enough, Kelgar. When one sees soot on and the anvil, one calls it soot, not silver dust. If the name fits, that's the name you use. Besides, he is from Amn, you know how they are. Each is entitled to their own opinion, even dwarves. What does Bradbury look like? He's hard to miss, his hair is bright orange, like flame blooms in the desert. If you happen to see him, just tell him I'm still waiting. Okay? And is there something in here? Apparently not. A cook, a serving wench, and then Elgun. I had just lined up my arrow on the deer when I heard a growl. I turned and there was the biggest, blackest wolf I had ever seen coming right at me. Lucky for me, I had my enchanted dagger with me. With its jaws only inches away from my throat, I lunged and with a quick twist of the blade I cut out the beast's heart. Ooh. I was a bit tired after all the fun in the Duskwood, so I decided to head up to Ember to rest up. That's when I smelled the smoke. I ran there as quickly as I could, and what did I see? The village in flames, their defenseless people being slaughtered by cruel and evil men. There were dozens of attackers heavily armed, aided by foul creatures, demons I think, so what did you do? The only thing I could do, I attacked. I cut down 2 of them before they knew I was there, but the others, seeing what a threat I was, ganged upon me. I slew several before one of them snuck up from behind and knocked me unconscious. The enemy must have thought me dead, because when I woke they were gone. Yet hardly a scratch on him, a tale well worth its weight in words, no doubt. And what of Ember? Sadly I was too late, everyone was dead, there was little more I could do, so I returned to Port Llast. At last you tried Elgun. The man is clearly a fool, but it is his audience that concerns me. Such tales could be used against us. We should question Elgun and see about the facts of his tale. I haven't seen you around here, just passing through. You saw what happened at Ember. I did. I'm sorry, I couldn't have done more to stop it. With a rotund frame like you have, it's a wonder the enemy was able to get close to you at all. Gods, man, you look like you swallowed Ember, not saved it. Oh, that's harsh. It's a miracle you survived. Indeed, Tymora was watching over me that day. Did you see who led the attack on Ember? Regretfully, I didn't, otherwise he would have been the first I got down. I spoke with a survivor. I heard there were only about a dozen attackers at Ember and nothing was mentioned about demons. A survivor? Well, that's good news. With all the smoke, I'm sure I could have been mistaken, tricked on the ice and all that. Haha. Now, if you'll excuse me, Haljal said you can barely handle a blade, yet you managed to kill many of these attackers. What? He's wrong, I didn't need his training. I learned to fight somewhere else. Now, if you will excuse me, farewell for now. He's a slippery one. Let's ask around town and see if anyone can help us shed some light on some of his more flamboyant statements. Oh, I wouldn't like to ask too much more about these things. Anything you can tell me about this place? Depends what you mean. I don't know much about Port Llast, but I could bend your ear for hours about the land betwixt here and the Luskan border. Mostly it's trackless forests, though they say the wood has magic properties. Me, I don't cut down trees, not when there is druids and worse lurking about. The only place of note is the Duskwood Grove, but its constraints of late used to be deer there and plentiful hunting. Now something's driven all the deer away, nothing but ferocious beasts and stranger things for miles around the grove. Wait, didn't Elgun say he was hunting deer when Ember was attacked? Unless he was hunting deer that were uncommonly strange and ferocious, I think the man has some explaining to do. What brings you to Port Llast? I'm fresh from the Duskwood Grove, took a wound from a dire boar and the beasts gave a chase, otherwise I would not have stopped in town. Okay, let's have a chat with Elgun. Back again, I'm sure I can spare some time for you. Let's talk about Ember. So, alright, what do you want to know? You were hunting deer in the Duskwood. Malin says there is no deer to be found there at all. I saw plenty, I don't know what she's talking about. Look, it's obvious you know I wasn't there. What do you want from me? I want to know what really happened. I'd heard there was a dryad in the Duskwood, so I figured, well, you know how dryads are, with men I mean. Oh gods, how predictable. I think dryad legends do more to get men lost in the woods than dryads themselves. I didn't get too far in before the wolves chased me away, so I decided to stop in Ember for a while. Then I saw the smoke from Ember, so I didn't dare head that way. By the time I got back to Port Llast, people were already talking about the massacre. No one around here seems to know what really happened, so I figured I might as well embellish my involvement. No one's getting hurt, right. Lies serve no one, someone may be harmed by the tales you are telling. Oh please, all the harm's already been done. Everyone thinks you are a witness if Ember's attackers hear about you. Oh no, I didn't even consider that. Everyone, I have an announcement. That should keep his mouth closed. We didn't need him spreading any more of those wild tales before his trial. Well done, let's move on. Okay, we really should be moving on. This is becoming all about discussions. So I think we should find some nice monsters to fight against. And let's save. And is this Duskwood Ember? Let's go to Ember first. And then we have Highcliff and West Harbour. Yeah. Or perhaps we should visit Duskwood while we are going there. Something about this forest. I can't hear the trees, their voices are strange. There is something wrong with them, it's some kind of poison running up through their roots. Poison. Yes, the poison. It's like brightness seeping from the ground into their branches. Maybe we can get to the source of this poison and try to heal this place. That is my wish too. I'm glad we share the same feelings on this. I feel I must warn you, the trees of the Duskwood act as a damper on magical energies. My considerable talents may be reduced while I'm here. Alright, thanks for the warning. We can adjust our tactics. Pleasure to help. To be honest, this little jaunt is turning out far more interesting than I had hoped. I might even thank Neval if this keeps up. But enough, let me be silent. The Duskwood awaits. Okay. So we are here, and ancient tree and cave. Okay, let's visit the tree first. Lyssa, some wild animals. Spell failure. Okay. Lorne, why haven't you held up your end of the bargain? Yes, Lorne, why haven't you held up your end of the bargain? Answer me. You are mistaken, I'm not Lorne. A perfectly good bluff gone to waste. How I am supposed to keep you from the gallows, I have no idea. Oh, I see. You are the one I disguised him as, then trying to prove your innocence, I assume. Yes, I am. How did you disguise Lorne? Alteration powder, a gift from a former guest. It allows you to appear as whoever you wish for a time. Lorne and his men stopped nearby before heading on to the village. From my tree I spied on their conversation. The fool was simply going to rush in and kill everyone, and yet somehow blame you. I appeared and offered my help in the matter. You helped him? Why would you do this? Look around you, can you not see the stumps of the Duskwood trees? The villagers ignored me and harvested the trees again and again, taking far more than necessary. It was an opportunity for vengeance. I offered to disguise Lorne and his men if they would bring me the glowstone that lies beneath this glade. He agreed, but I was a fool to trust him. See if you can get the powder from her. Her story is enlightening, but not the evidence that powder could be. Do you have more of this powder? Can I have it? And why would I give it to you? What's it in for me? A trade then. What do you want? A glowstone is corrupting the water that feeds the trees in this glade. One of the Lorne's men was supposed to bring it to me. Lorne has failed me, so you will bring the glowstone to me and I will give you the alteration powder. Glowstone, is that some kind of magic item or an artifact? What it is doesn't matter. What does matter is that I want it. Once you have the stone, what are you planning to do with it? That is none of your concern. Are you going to get it to me, for me or not? Very well. I'll bring you this glowstone. The stone lies underneath the woods. To seek out nearby caves or caverns and begin your search, I'll be waiting. Well, that was a harsh task, mistress. So, I guess we can exit the cave from there. But first we must go this way and summon dire wolves. Okay, well, that was relatively simple. Okay, some more wolves.
I think I can do that.
And let's continue onwards. I mean, a couple of wolves are not going to stop us. Okay, direwolf alpha looks like a bit bigger wolf. Oh, a fire elemental apparently. Okay, nice. So apparently some wolves did rather good job at trying to stop us. I think we will rest and then continue onwards to the cave. Let's see if we will have any other wolves to face. Perhaps that alpha was the last one. Chilla and Miri. Look, Miri, visitors. What are gnomes doing in the Duskwood? Ah, look, not only do the woods have an infestation of gnomes, but they also seem to have gathered quite an impressive array of insects. Who are you? I'm Miri and this is my sister Chilla. We traveled here from lands and beyond the Sea of Swords, traveled here and decided to stay. Why would you leave your home? Oh, we were far too tidy for land and it's a very messy place. We had boxes and boxes of insects, sorted by class and tied up with string. And the others were forever getting into our things, moving them out, reclassifying them and writing us silly notes. Love notes and always to Chilla. But Lantern is very far away, very, very far, and now we could never go back, could we, Miri? Why not? We would never quite fit in, not anymore. This is our place and we are happy enough. We have each other at least, don't we, Chilla? Yes, just so. Did you see what happened in Ember? Ember, isn't that the human village, Chilla, the one we visited last 10 day? Just so, Miri, and we got all that wonderful mutton, remember? Ember was destroyed, do you know anything about that? Destroyed? No, we hardly ever come out of the wood. Our work keeps us busy. They used to tell us on Lantern that the whole island could sink into the sea before we would notice. There go Miri and Chilla after their insects again. Think of it, Chilla, Ember in ruins. There must be bodies everywhere, untended, sheep and people both. We should go and pay our respects, don't you think? Who are you? I'm Miri, and this is my sister Chilla. We traveled here from Lantern beyond the Sea of Swords. Yeah, we don't want to talk about that anymore. This place is dangerous. How do you avoid the wolves? Wolves are no trouble, are they, Chilla? No trouble. Besides, we are very small and hardly a threat. Perhaps they have grown fond of us. This is suspicious. You found this cave abandoned? Strange that you should ask. When we first arrived, we found a woman living here, didn't we, Miri? Just so, she entrusted this place to us and then she went away. She said that her family had gone or been killed and she was off into the wild to build a new clan. That's odd. Was she a druid by any chance? I did not think there was one tending the Duskwood. Mind if I look around? We'd rather you didn't, to tell the truth. We like to keep everything just so, our boxes and our amp samples and insects of course. It wouldn't do to go trampling them underfoot. Yes, Gilla, better that they leave, and soon the Duskwood isn't kind to strangers. Just the same, I think I'm going to have myself look in the cave. If I had some detect evil spell, I would be using it. Okay, and let's enter the cave. Fortunately, it's not very large, and there are quite a few wolves. Is that fire elemental ours or someone else's? I don't really know. And I don't really get why these wolves don't get those gnomes for a snack. Corpse. This poor corpse must be Bradbury. Look there, you can tell by the hair. We didn't want to do it, we never want to, but the blood, the smell, it fills you up. They are werewolves. Yes, Gilla, just so. You two are werewolves, how did this happen? A woman was living here when we first came from land and she welcomed us, took us in and listened while we talked of horn flies and weevils. In the night she fell on us, she bit us, both of us, but not deep enough to kill. She wanted to make more of her kind. She said she was the last of the Duskwood pack. They had hunted and slain all the rest. Where is she now? Gone, far away, maybe dead, we don't know. We try to stay away from folk, we truly do. We hunt animals and we can't catch any. We eat our specimen. We gorge on beetles and grubs. But when meat wanders into our lair, then the scent fills up and there is naught we can do. The blood flowing warm between our teeth, the taste of soft yielding flesh, just so. Okay, so I guess... Okay, they did quite short work of sand. Okay, so this is not going exactly as planned. So they did bring some wolves with them, and practically it means that I think we have to load. Perhaps actually this might work. Or then perhaps not. Let's see if we could... Okay, apparently we could not. So let's load. And yeah, we need to fight those wolves here as well. Or again. That was a bit of a nasty surprise.
Time for a little fun. Take that. Take that. Take that. Take that.
And I think this time we will go rather the other way around.
I suppose I could say something about a Luskin break
So
the
you
door
two
or a host tower
lead
floor,
on,
but really it's not polite
while
to
the
say.
melee fighters stay in the back. The man on the ground, you killed him. Yeah. Okay, good. And Sand, go back. Alaine, go back. And the rest, charge. And Sand, you should really... What are you doing, mate? Perhaps we should heal Sandra. Okay, good. Let's hope we can take care of the werewolves. Some focus fire would be nice. I mean, come on. Just attack
I can do that.
that one. Badly wounded. Good. Taunted. Okay. Spell failure. And taunted. I was a bit afraid that there was some kind of a werewolf bite. And that could have been rather nasty. Okay, and that's it. Amulet. Insect collection. And corpse.
Yes, that is so.
Okay, let's have a rest. And since Alaine is already there, can she find something from the corpse and armor? Robes of the Old Order. Armor class bonus. Could this actually work for Sand?
March behind me, your new glorious leader.
Okay, only monk can use it. Fair enough. And then we have this amulet. Spell scroll. And the amulet. An Orkis medallion, copper necklace. strange ring. Well, apparently, does someone else have the amulet here?
I concur.
Amulet of the Harpers. Okay. So we should have Harper agent. Okay. So I think we are done in here, but where can we find the gem which we were looking for? Is it? So let's see. Lone's disguise. A druid named Llast claims to have given magical alteration powder to Lorne. He used this powder to disguise himself as you during his attack on Ember. Llast will give you the rest of the alteration powder, but only if you retrieve a magical glowstone from the caverns beneath Duskwood. And this is the only cave in the map, though there was an entrance over there. So is it possible that there is a cave entrance somewhere else? Let's say if we need to get back to the cave. Perhaps we should actually attack the rock blocking the cave entrance. Let's try that out. Then again, attacking stones with a sword doesn't sound like the best approach, but let's see. Oh, so there is a cave, but then there are stones. Use, examine. There is nothing special about this object. Bash.
Let the earth take you. Let the earth take you.
Close. Oh. No. Okay, it seems all roads lead to Ember, so let's get going. By the gods, these villagers, they were cut down like dogs. Look at the people, none of them have weapons in their hands, there wasn't even a fight. I was just traveling through here last season. There was the quartermaster's house, and Alaine's home. By the god, who could have done this? By the gods. These villagers, none of them were soldiers, it would have been a massacre. My dear, it was a massacre. Come, let us see what we can find. Okay. Hold on a moment, I heard something moving in the well. I heard it too. It could be a survivor or one of the murderers. I say we find out. Okay, we find out. This well stands silent, untouched by the flames that ravaged Ember. A rope hangs down into its depths. Climb down the rope. Okay. And there is Marcus. I knew I would see you again, and you are finally here. Are you alright? I'm hungry, but I'm okay. What happened to the village? Men came. When I saw them, I knew they were the ones who would kill everyone. There was no place for me to hide except in the well. I watched them kill all the people. I didn't want to, but it felt important for me to see what happened so I could tell you. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Who did this? There were 12 of them. I think they had dark armor, and one of them looked like you. I knew he wasn't though. And how did you know that? When I really focused on him, he started to look different. I saw a man who was big and mean, like an ogre but bald. This testimony could prove useful. We should take him with us back to Neverwinter when we are done here. I'll take you to Port Llast. You will be safe there. I can make it on my own. All right, be careful. I'll wait for you at the Alliance Arms Inn. Baldur always has some extra food and places at his hearth. Oh, I almost forgot. Here is the knife you gave me. It helped me survive down here, but I won't need it anymore. Bye. Okay. And here we have a door leading to somewhere. Caverns. Traps. Julip. More intruders. Wake up. Stay back or we kill you. I don't mean you any harm. Other intruders say same thing, then he attack us. Who was this other intruder? He was human, very fast, with sharp weapons. He killed some of the tribe, but we kill him too. Gilek take his skull for trophy. Thick, shiny stones where eyes used to be. We should find out more about this intruder. He could have been of the ones who attacked Ember. Will you let me speak to Gilek? Why, intruder was your friend? Actually, he may have been an enemy. You wait here, we see if Gilek want to talk you. Gilek say you come inside, he's not think you're friends with the intruder. But that not mean we trust you, we watching you close. Okay? Goblin camp. To Duskwood Glowstone cave. Julip tells me you wish to know about the intruder who came to our caves. It's possible he helped commit a crime which I'm blamed for. He was most vicious warrior. We would have been slaughtered were it not for our magic. Even the weakest of my tribe knows simple spells, a gift from our sacred glowstone. Oh, this glowstone, what is it? As I said, it's a sacred artifact of my tribe. We discovered it in these caverns shortly after we fled here. You fled here. Who were you running from? Our old tribe, we were prospering, yet the chieftain insisted on making war against other tribes. No surprise there. I proposed that we live peacefully. The chieftain disagreed. So I gathered what followers I could and deserted my tribe. Naturally, my former tribe attempted to hunt us down. It was futile to stand and fight, so we ran. Eventually we found this place and we have been here ever since. Can I see this glowstone? It's in another cavern not far from here. You may look at it, but you will not touch it. Attempts to take it and we will destroy you. About that intruder, where is his body now? In ashes, little of him remains. I kept his skull, his weapons and his ring for myself. It's a shame there is no body, but the ring might prove useful. I need the ring, may I have it? My tribe earned this treasure with our blood. If you desire it, you must do the same. What do you need me to do? We share these caverns with a number of giant spiders. They too possess magic and are formidable foes. They have recently built a nest in one of the adjoining caves, too close to us. By far, destroy them all and ring is yours. Alright, I'll do it. Follow this tunnel to the edge of our domain. You will find the spiders in the caves beyond. That's quite a few of goblins. And here is the glowstone. Hey, why you here? You turn around, go away. This is the glowstone cave, only goblins allowed to visit stone. Wouldn't the stone be safer with your tribe instead of all the way down here? Why you ask dumb questions, sacred glowstone lies by sacred pool, always been that way. I'm looking for the giant spiders, wrong cave, go back where you came, take the other channel, keep going until you're stuck in web. Hey. Very well. Okay, that's the glowstone. Could we perhaps negotiate a peaceful solution? Because I think we need to take that stone one way or another.
Taste of my wrath! Ready for a little fun!
That's beginning to be a lot of spiders.
Yes.
Okay, I think we should rest. And let's do a bit further investigation. An enormous spider emerges from the shadows and scuttles towards you. Its massive abdomen glimmers with pale, unearthly light. Uh-oh, looks like we have made another friend, and it's a big one. That spider looks unusually large, and its movements are odd. It looks like it's studying us. It doesn't seem to be attacking, but what I wouldn't give for a huge spook to crush it flat right now. As it draws closer, the spider pauses, regarding you with a multitude of eyes. What do you want? For a long moment, the spider waves its mandibles as if considering its response, then it begins to scratch a symbol in the ground with its foreleg. This spider is highly intelligent. Why those glyphs are close enough to writing to my... This is fascinating. The spider completes the first symbol, inspects it for a moment, and adds several more. I'm not sure what you are trying to say. It may be an outcast and it looks hungry, but not for us. The spider clacks its mandibles excitedly and scribbles another series of marks in the dirt. If we find you some food, we will be back. The spider continues to regard you with its many eyes. It might have understood you or it might have not. Perhaps Alaine could talk with it? Wait and see what the spider does. If we could find insects, probably a lot of them, that should satisfy it, if we wanted to eat it, that is. I hope you are right about this. I say we leave it alone. It's been doing just fine by itself down here. So we should have the insects. Someone should have those.
Yeah?
Yes. Yes.
Listening, really.
Okay, apparently we don't have the insects, or do we?
Yeah?
Insect collection. Yeah, so
Is there something
we
you
should have
wish?
the insects. Feed Mirianchilla's insect collection to the spider. The spider deftly tears apart the little wooden boxes and thrusts its fangs into screaming weevils and grubs. After happily feeding for some time, the spider raises its fangs and scratches out another marking in the dirt with a foreleg. I think it wants to come with us. It looks happy, gods, those fangs are huge, and it's still got insect bits on them. It seems we have made a friend. I suggest you let it down it easy with a polite but firm refusal. I would be honored to have you join us, if you are sure. It seems nature has given us a gift and we need all the help we can get. Allies from nature are welcome. I hope we can gather more. Nature has many gifts and she will support us in our struggles as long as we respect the land. I cannot believe we are doing this. We let Gropnar tag along, didn't we? The spider twitches its mandibles excitedly. In the dirt it sketches a single graceful rune. That looks like Elvish symbol for friendship, Kistrel, as good name as any. The spider clacks its mandibles twice, then scuttles away into the darkness. You sense that you will soon see the creature again. Okay, so doing the good deed of the day for a spider, I think this is everything for today. So thank you very much for watching. If you like the content, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Feel free to post comments, give advice, ask questions and so on. Have a great rest of the day. QualityRPGs out.